Okay, hello everyone, good afternoon. Okay, today I will the first one to review my movie that is Pitch Perfect 3. Okay, let's move to the trailer and watch it together. Okay, today I will review about the genre, plot, main character, and the moral value. Okay, the first one is about the genre. The genre about this movie is basically about the musical and comedy. Okay, next. Plot. Plot. Okay. Okay, the second one is plot. Okay, the plot is at the start of the movie or at the beginning there was a fighting scene between Femi, Becca, and the Bellas with her father, and then the plot is moves to the reunion whilst the Bella groups go to the Brother University reunion. um, from this reunion, they learned that Emily invited them just to watch the new Bellas, but not to perform at the stage. Okay, and then the Bellas is feeling disappointed, and they gather at the bar and they show how they miss each other. After that, Aubrey convinced them to take a part of the USO Army that was have a competition for the DJ Khaled opening stage performance. Okay. In the climax is when the DJ Khaled made a decision or announce the winner that DJ Khaled has to choose one person that is a baker, not the whole of the group. Even though the digitally choose Becca, but the Bellas keep encourage and keep supporting Becca. And then in the end, the Becca is performed in the opening stage for digitally, and then she invite the Bellas go on the stage and perform the final performance together. Okay, next. And then I talk about the main character. In these movies, actually, they have a many main character, but I choose to my favorite. That is Becca Mitchell. Okay, she is very kind because she always take her friend as her family, and then she is really confident when she is sing, and then she is really creative. For example, we can take one of part of scene that she made a music from her song. Okay, and then she is really have a beautiful voice. Okay, next. Okay, the second. Okay, the second main character is Femi. Femi is a Becca best friend, and she really super confident in the comedy, and she is really strong because for example, there was a scene that she fight of a many men, but she really can win that fight lah. Okay, and then she is really have a powerful voice that she can easily make the high pitch note. Okay, next. Okay, the last one is we talk about the moral value. Okay, from this movie, we can take many moral value. For the example, for first one is teamwork. In order to get the successful, we have to form a teamwork that we have to give our cooperation for each other, and then we have to be honesty, because honesty is show that we are sincerely to help each other. And then from this movie we also can learn the family, about the family, even though the our friend is not related by blood, but we also always can consider them as a family. Okay, and then the final one is the confident. Okay, we need to confident even though with on stage or off stage, we need to confident to be successful and shine on ourselves. Okay, next. That's all. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My movie review for today is Wonder. So let us watch the trailer first.
My name is Auntie Pullman. They stare. Let them stare. You're the toughest kid in that school.
I know you don't always like it, but I love it. It's my son's face. You are not ugly, Augie.
Did you say that because you're my mom?
Because I'm your mom, it counts the most. Because I know you the most.
We all deserve a standing ovation. At least once in our lives. My friends do. My teachers do. My sister does for always being there for me. My dad does for always making us laugh. And my mom does the most. For never giving up on anything, especially me.
You really are a wonder, Augie.
So again, the title of this movie is Wonder. That the cast of this movie is Julia Roberts, Owen Wilson, and Jacob Tremblay. So the genre of this movie is family drama, because the mostly of the storyline this movie is about family relationships, and there are three plot of this movie. First is about Augie life. Augie is a 10 years old boy that has disabilities on his face that called mandibulofacial dysosthesis, and has been undergone 27 facial surgery to allow him to breathe, to see, to hear, and to smell, but without any aid. But this surgery could not change his face to the normal. Augie has been homeschooled, and his mom as his teacher. So the middle plot of this movie is about the public school. In the age of 10, his mom decided to send him to the public school so Augie can learn to live his own life. But studying at the public school is not an easy thing to Augie. He has many of his classmates insult him. He been through the insincere friendship. Sometimes Augie feels sad. Sometimes he feels disappointed why people keep look down at him. But luckily, Augie has a strong supporter. It is his own family. His parents always be there for him. His sister always give him a word of encouragement, make him stand up and go through his life. So the final plot of this movie is about the graduation day. Mr. Tushman, Mr. Principal, announced the award, the Henry Ward Beecher Medal, that given to the student who is set an example to another student, and that award has won by Augie. Everyone is very happy and applaud him. But for Augie, that award is not only for him, but also for his friend, his teacher, his sister, and especially for his parents. So let's move to the character. First character is Augie, Augie Pullman. Augie is a strong kid. He is very strong in his life, even with the physical shortcoming he had. He is also very clever. One of his favorite subject is science. During the science fair, he and one of his friends have won the one of the competition during the science fair. And he is also honest. He never betrayed his friendships, and he is helpful. He always help his friend, especially in the science subject. In the same time, he like to share the knowledge with his friends. And the second character is parents. He his parent is very loving parent. They are passionate in handling their kids, and they never regret having a kids or son like Augie. They're very grateful to have son like Augie, and they're also caring. They care about their kids, and they always be there for their kids. And the last character is Via, Algi's sister. She is very resilient. Although both of her parents more concerned to the Algi, but she is very resilient, go through his life. Sometimes he feel very lonely, but she more understand to the Algi situation. She is also very supporter. She is always entertain Augie, even Augie in the set or disappointed. For her, Augie is like the son, and she love her brother very much. Lastly is sincere. Via is very sincere. She is not choose to be friend with everyone. For example, he be friend with Justin. Justin is just a black skin guy. And the lastly is the moral value. First, the moral value that I learned from this movie is first is gratitude. We should be grateful for God to give us. Be kind with everyone. Don't judge them by their physique. For example, don't judge the book by its cover. And that is never give up. Don't give up because the trail that we've been through or we face is actually our motivated to be a success in the future. And lastly is brave. Don't afraid to try a new thing because you will gain a more knowledge from that experience. So that's all, and thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. I will continue this presentation with my movie review. That the title from the movie is The Karate Kid. So let's watch the trailer first. So the plot for this movie is about a 12 years old boy that named Jay Parker who had moved from Midwest to Beijing, China. For him to adapt to a new culture and pace is a very difficult thing to do. Meanwhile, in being a new guy in school, Dre also met an enemy by a bully guy named Cheng who is good at kung fu. One day, Dre was attacked by Cheng and his friends, but luckily he is defended by the apartment handyman Mr. Han, who is secretly a master of kung fu. After the incident, Mr. Han and Dre was begun to train together, building friendship, moving toward to a final showdown with Cheng in the Kung Fu tournament. The genre for this movie is adventure and action. And the theme for this movie, the first is bullied. Dre Parker was being bullied with Cheng and his gang and in his new school. And the second is martial art, who is Mr. Han teach Dre how to defend himself by instilling passion and smooth movement in Dre rather than choosing violence. The main character for this movie is Jaden Smith as Dre Parker. Dre Parker is a brave student because he dared to face his fear and brave in trying something new by learning martial art. He also a very hard worker student because even if his mother don't want him to join the battle, but he still believes in himself and still want to continue his journey to learning martial art. And the second character is Jackie Chan as Mr. Han. Mr. Han is a very kind and cool guy that has been treated Dre like his own son, and he helped Dre when Dre was being bullied by Cheng and the gang. And Mr. Han also is a very positive person. Mr. Han teach Dre how to become, how to think and do something, not in a state of anger. The third character is Zen Wei Wong as a Cheng. Cheng is a top student for Master Lee Studio, but he is a bad boy because he doesn't like Dre and he always attacks Dre and makes Dre a target of bullying. And the last character for this movie is Yu Rongguang as Master Lee. Master Lee is an arrogant and cruel man because he taught his students to not to show mercy for the opponent. And he is also very harsh and intimidating and brutal towards his student. The moral value from this movie is the first, fight for your respect. For example, Dre is very frustrated and unhappy for being bullied. He tried to escape from Cheng from time to time, and sometimes he's hiding from them. But he took a stand to fight back, with start practicing kung fu and practicing kung fu with Mr. Han and become a better person. So actually, the weakness is the first step to strength. Always fight for respect and build yourself such that nobody can bully you. And the second is never giving up. For example, even if Dre's leg was injured during the battle tournament, but he do not give up easily and he still tried to fight back until he win the fight, the battle tournament. So here, in no matter what situation we are, give up easily before we try something. The last is always being positive person. For example, Mr. Han is a very positive person because he teach Dre how to become, how to be strong, how to find strength in himself and maturity. And also Mr. Han always giving a positive word to Dre for help Dre build his confidence and trust in himself. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Afira. Today I will present about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but first we look this film. Okay. The genre of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is musical, fantasy fiction, fairy tale, and also humor. Okay. The story begins by introducing Charlie and his family who live in a little house. Things change when Willy Wonka announced a contest in which 5 gold tickets have been hidden in chocolate bars. The kid who finds the ticket will be taken on a tour of Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. And then Charlie miraculously finds a ticket along with 4 other children. The story ends with Willy Wonka sitting down to dinner with Charlie and his family. Okay, next, the main character. Willy Wonka is an extraordinary man who is the genius of making chocolate and also can't abide ugliness in factories. Next, Charlie Bucket is a truthful and also selfless. For example, when he drank fizzy lifting drink, he admit it and also apologized. Based on his character, he is the perfect one to take over of Willy Wonka factory. Okay, next is themes: bad parenting, kindness and humility. Kindness and humility, it shows that they care for one another during their hard time. For example, the whole family tries to show, kindness and humility. It shows that they care one another during their hard time. For example, the whole family tried to share their food with Charlie. In return, Charlie tried to share his food with them, and also one of the most notable things, and then bad parenting. Most of Oompa Loompa songs, which mean to tell the important lessons in about is about the parents' role, because parents are responsibility to make sure that their children raised with a good value. Okay, that's all from me, and thank you.
Okay, thank you for Izzati presentation. So it's my turn to present my film. The title is Joker film. It's going 2019. So first I will show you the trailer. Nah. Okay, the theme of the film Joker is about mental illness and its effect. Most described, Arthur Fleck is blending shared aspect of mass shooter and interpret its message to remind the society that who riddle men like the Joker. So the movie serve is the origin story for Joker character who, as you know, goes on terrorist Gotham and make serious trouble. So the genre is drama, most of drama, thriller, crime film, and psychological thriller. So the thriller when Joker become a murderer because bullied and disregarded by society. And this is the character. The main character of this film is Arthur Fleck Joker. He had mentally ill and pathological later because he cannot uncontrol he laugh when he nervous. The second character is Arthur's mom. Arthur's mom is a good mom because she always remind Joker to make people around him to be happy. So that's why society always think that Joker is a crazy man. The third character is Sophie. Sophie is Arthur's love interest. She very kind with Arthur and she is the first hack fan of Phoenix called Joker. Murray Franklin is a talk show from the film. So the third is the plot. The plot is when Arthur Fleck stand-up comic suffers from many mental illness, including which cause him to laugh uncontrolled when he nervous. So as we know, Arthur's having two masks, and the one is spent for his day job as a clown, and the guys is the project is a fulfilled attempt to feel like he's part of the world around him, isolated bully and disregarded by society. So because that, Fleck begins a slow descent into madness and become a martyr for the society. So the moral value from this film is never give up on your dreams, and when never give up although we have a illness like the Joker, and learn to give and ignore. Like the film, Joker always bully and disregarded by society. So just ignore and don't just learn forgive what they do and don't be lonely. So just it. Thank you.
Let's move to the group discussion. Okay. For me, I would choose the movie by Priscilla Lungan, One. This movie is really good because this movie gives us so many moral value that we can learn and we can make it as our daily life application. Like we have to be brave to be ourselves and don't just book by its cover. Okay, and then this movie also show us how families strong family relationship always for us in any situation, even though we at a disadvantage situation. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Yui. So in my opinions, I like the movie that presented by Yui. It is Pitch Perfect 3, because I'm a person who love music, and I like to watch the movie that have a musical genre. And this movie also has a comedy element that make us not bored to watching this movie. In addition, I prefer this Pitch Perfect movie because honesty in a teamwork is very important. Why? Because it will lead us to achieve a successful, and be confident also in yourself. Do not afraid to highlight the talent that we have. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Priscilla. For me, I prefer to choose that movie that present by Nur Ashira, The Joker, because for me, I think the movie is very emotionally and give me a lot of lesson of life. For example, I think it's sad to see how struggle the main character, Alter, to living his life with his illness, mental, being isolated, being bullied, and disregarded by society. At first, I can see that the main character, Outer, is a very kind person. He is willing to entertain others, but others do not respect him, and society hates him until he returned to become a very cruel man. And the last is I do agree with the moral value from the Joker movie. That's learn to forgive and ignore, because by doing that, our life will be so much better. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Afira. Okay, I prefer Afira movie, The Karate Kid, because it shows how important of using martial arts, not for fighting, but to maintain peace. And it's also easy for kids to glorify fighting and even the use of martial art. And the other one is this film teach us a lot of life lessons and show us that when life knock us down, we can choose whether or not to get back up. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I prefer to Afira film movie because I'm the one who like a film action, and I like to one about bullies film. And like Farah said that Dre Baker having a bully, so I'm like to hear what about the movie. And the second movie that I like is Wonder from Priscilla. Priscilla, yes. It's very, very good because the little boy that I'm interested to know why. So that's it.
Okay, I think all of us have our own decision or our own opinion. Okay, that's okay because all is movie have a moral value that we can learn, and like I said before, that moral value can our application is in our daily life. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.